Hello friends, welcome to my channel. So let the good times roll because today we're going to do some Mardi Gras nails. So where's my Cajun friends at? Shout out to you. Happy Mardi Gras. So for the base color, I have used LA Colors in Culture. So we'll be working with purples, greens, golds, all the Mardi Gras colors. Well, at least the main colors. So what I'm first going to do is get the background set up. So I'm going to go to Maniology Plate M013. And I'm going to do this image here, and I'm going to attempt to do it in some green, but this is a regular polish. I'm not too sure how well it's going to show up over that dark purple. This is Maybelline Tropic Talks. If it doesn't show up well enough, I'll just have to pick a different color or do a stamping polish. But I want to put things over, so I don't want it to like be so opaque that you can't see all the other things. Okay, so you can see it, but you can't really tell it's green. To me, I wanted it to show up a little bit better than that. So hold on. Let me just see if I can get this one to show up. This is LA Colors and Energy. So this one, this is the difference. So yeah, I'm going to swap to this one instead. Okay, so they're all like this right now. This is the one, of course, that got the double. It's okay. It's going to, for the most part, be covered on that one. Okay, so now I'm going to go to plate M277, and I'm going to use this right here, and it has the layering part. So I'm going to start with that part first. So I'm thinking I'm going to do a mixture of Grinchmas B460, pretty green with some gold in there. That's a good Mardi Gras color. And Hex B446. It's like a holographic purple. Real pretty. Not positive if this is going to show up the way I want over the base color, but we're going to try. So I'm just going to kind of do a mixture of both. So we are having some really, really, really bad wind since last night. It's like trash cans are blowing around, buckets are rolling down the road, things are falling. Like, oh my gosh, it's crazy. I don't like it. Let me look and see about this purple. Kind of want a little bit more green on there, but let's do it. Okay, so now I'm going to move up to the layering part and go to Maniology's Heart of Gold, B187. Had to pause and go sit with um, my dog because she is very anxious with the what wind blowing. It's making all the loud sounds. So okay, so I got to try to line up a little bit. Try to figure where this one's at and just go with it. Okay, now I'm gonna go to plate M013. I'm gonna get the beads here. Still gonna use Heart of Gold for this as well. So my husband's family is Cajun, and before I met him, I had never had crawfish before, and or boudin. So boudin, if you don't know what it is, it's like a kind of a type of sausage. It's like a rice dressing inside of a sausage casing. I guess it's the easiest way to explain it. Didn't actually care too much for it at first, but boy, it sure grew on me. Now I love it. Same with crawfish. I didn't even know how to peel one. So, um, my husband would have to have to peel them for me. And finally, he's like, "Okay, you're gonna have to learn." So I'm like, it's not fun doing that part. Not again, I didn't really love them at first, but over time, yeah, I enjoyed it. A lot of people feel like it's a lot of work to get to the good part, and yes, it is, but once you get the hang of it, it's worth it. And real quick, I'm gonna jump to this one. It kind of reminds me of like a headpiece. So I'm gonna put it on this now. Still gonna use Heart of Gold, but yeah, where I'm from, now we have crawfish, but they're very small. It's just different, not the same. And so when we go to my in-laws, now I guess sometimes it can be a little bit hit and miss there, but once you find the good spot, it's a big difference because they took us to one place one time, and I've never seen such large crawfish, and they were the best crawfish I've ever had. If you never had crawfish, you got to try it at least one time. Because I'm actually not Cajun. I just married into it. But I do like the foods. Okay, so I'm going to go to Pure Ice Showstopper, and I want to redo this one because it's kind of blending in too much with the background. So I'm going to see if I can make it kind of show up a little bit more by layering it. Okay, so I think I'm actually gonna get the eyes right here. This one's like the blinking eye and this one's the closed. And I'm gonna try Lasso B395 and see if it looks the way I want. This one has a messed up brush. Like the little bristles is messed up. It's weird. Let me see, make sure I've scraped that enough. Okay, that picked up well. Can't really tell it's an eye on there though. Let me see, let me think a second. Okay, let's just go to Bam White for Maniology. That is B170. Okay, and I ended up layering it with green, and it was Grinchmas. Okay, so I'm going to go to plate M079, and I'm going to get the Mardi Gras mask several times, but I think what's going to be best is if I first apply them in Maniology Spam White, and then like stamp over them so that they pop. So I'll probably do 3 or 4. So I'll do 2, see, or 2 or 3 more in white, and then I'll be back and we'll go into the colors. Okay, so I've decided to do 3 in all. So I want to do the shiny colors. So I really want to do, let's see, let's do one with the green, which is the Grinchmas. Okay, that's cool looking. I like that. And the little like drip things you see, those are part of the image. Okay, now I'm going to hex. I'm gonna get some extra pieces off real quick. Okay. Oh, one little piece. Don't want to get on there. And let's go to Lasso for the last one and see how that looks. That's a, this is actually, I guess, the first time I've used Lasso. I've had it for just a little bit, not too long, but a little bit. And I guess I haven't used it that I can remember. But it's really, at least what I can see on here, it's got, it's a duochrome. That's what I'm trying to say when I can talk. Yeah, I like that. That's pretty. 'Cause I can see like some red and gold and brown in there. Okay, now I'm going to go to plate BM-XL201 and I'm going to work with this small oh my gosh, this small feather here. And I'm going to do the exact same thing I did with the mask and first apply it in white and then go back into the colors. Okay. So I'll do that, hopefully 2 more times I can fit on there and be back. And that's why I went with that small size. Okay, so I got those and I'm going to go back to the same colors I used earlier, but I think I'm going to put the purple one in the middle this time. So let me just start with that. Um, yeah, so I can be sharing whenever they do like, they'll do like Mardi Gras parades in the, like in their little towns. And so you can like go and get all the beads you want for days. They just throw them off and so you can go like get you a bunch of pretty free beads. It's not like New Orleans. I mean, I'm sure if you wanted to find that you could, but see. But yeah, then you get to the point it's like, whoa, you get way too many. So I finally got to a point I was like, okay, we can't bring no more home. Like that's enough. But of course that's a, fun thing to do. I know some people that they can make different things out of the beads, like as decorations, like on their lamps or Um, my sister-in-law used some on making, like some umbrellas, like for that, what's that called? Oh, I'm gonna be in trouble because I don't remember the name. It's like that Mardi Gras March song, like that. Okay. Oh, that wind is making me so anxious, y'all. I keep getting up to go check because it does not sound good. It's not supposed to be like a tornado, but it sounds like one, but just because the wind is so high. Let's see. It's got me so distracted now. I don't like bad weather. It stresses me out, always has. Probably because when I was little in school, we had to go ducking our heads, crunch down in the hallway like little sardines all the time because we're considered Tornado Alley, part of Tornado Alley. And I have been not, well, how to explain that? Could have been so much worse, but why does this one look weird? I know I had that one turned that way. I must have done something weird with that pickup. Let me turn it. But we did have a tornado, and it made a tree fall, but thankfully we did have to have our roof replaced, a couple other things, but it could have been so much worse. But I just don't like storms. They scare me. And I'm gonna go over this purple one more time, just because like some of it's like not on there enough. More purple. Okay. I know I mentioned before too, we had let's see, I don't even know when now, a year or two ago. Gosh, I'm telling you what, my concept of time is just gone. I don't know what's happened. But yeah, we had a horrible hailstorm that totaled my car and had to get the roof done again. It damaged the roof. I've never seen hail like this before, but basically the whole town, like everybody's cars were totaled. It affected the like the car dealerships and just it was a mess. So anytime I hear some bad crazy wind or weather, I get nervous. Okay, so now I'm going to go to Maniology's plate M306 and spend 40 minutes trying to spell out Mardi Gras. Uh, I know how to spell it, but it's just going to take me a while to pick everything up. So I'm going to use the little ones so that I can fit it onto this nail. I want it to be like this to the side. So I'm still going to go into with the white to get it to show. So I know it's going to take a minute. I won't do all of it with you, but I'll certainly show you and start it with you. Okay. So then I'll go into the rest of everything with the white and be right back. I'll share another story with you as I'm finishing this up. Um, so I'd never before my husband been around alligators, except like, at the zoo. Well, when we go to his family's house, like they're literally in their backyard. So sorry, I'm having to concentrate. Um, they're kind of like, oh, that's okay. We haven't been seeing any this year. Um, so, of course, I was still like nervous because we were going to go in a kayak. which I guess would have been my first time to be in one. And I was really super anxious just because I don't like being like that close to where the water like that, because you cannot see in that. It's like a marsh. You can't see in that type of water. So, we get out there. They said they hadn't seen any that year. Well, what happens? I'm literally in the kayak. Bloop, here comes one. Just pops its head up. Oh my goodness, I could have run across the water without touching it. I was so scared because in a kayak, you're like you're right there by the water. So anyway, the husband was in one too, so I was like, I was frozen. I couldn't even move, even though I said I would run across the water. I froze. I didn't know what to do. Anyway, he came to get me, pulled me away. I was like, I'm not going back out. What happens? He ended up, like the next day or so, talking me into getting in a little, what's it called? Pirogue, just like a little tiny small boat. And oh my gosh, we saw several. We went around the corner, saw several of them, and they were big. I was like, okay, I am done. And they're like, I don't know what's going on. We haven't seen any. I'm like, okay, well, they smelled that out of state blood and they come for me. So, yeah. So it was like every time after that, they seemed to just know when I was there and they would be coming up a little bit too close for comfort. And I guess I didn't realize this one was got some extra white on there. I can cover that up. Okay, I'm gonna go back to this plate and I'm gonna get this little image right here in white, and then I'm gonna place it, uh, layer it in a different color. I'll put it under. Okay, it took me a minute to decide, but I'm gonna go back over it in Lasso. I might actually put a little bit of green as well. Yeah, I'm gonna go back in Grinchmas and try to just at least lightly get it on there. Okay, so overall, this one I'm not happy with. Just because you can't see all the details. So I'm trying to think. Thinking about picking up the underlayer in white, redoing the colors, and then restamping the gold. And if I mess up, I'm gonna have to just redo the nail. So let me do that and be back. Okay, so I've done the just this part in white. So I'm fixing to go back over it in the colors. Guess I'll just kind of do like I did it the first time. I make sure I didn't mix it on that brush. You know what? Let's do it this direction. Okay. Okay, I might go ahead and try to go back to layer over with hearted gold. This may, this one may be a fail. And I feel like I get one lined up and I can't get the rest. Yeah, this is terrible. Okay, this nail's gonna be right done, so hold on. Okay, so far, I'm just gonna let you know where I'm at. And I decided to not add the little green in the background because this particular image has too much going on once the layered part is added. Also, at this point, I've decided to go to Maniology's Optimism B399. I think another issue is because I'm using the metallics um, and then layering 'em with another metallic. So I'm layering with, these two, and then on top of those, applying hearted gold. So I think it's just too much. So I'm going to go to this one because it's a cream. And instead of doing adding a purple, just do this alone because the background's purple. So I think the purple over purple doesn't, that's not going too well either. So this is the hard part is trying to, because I can concentrate on one item, but there's tends to still be something not getting covered. Okay, well, it's a little better than it was. Okay, so now we'll go to Heart of Gold and do the layering part, and hopefully this fixes it and brings it together. Sometimes you just gotta mess around. Okay, so this one I have to concentrate again on getting this part lined up. So not perfect, but it's like, again, so that one's pretty much lined up, but this one's off. So it's just hard to get them all lined up together. Some images to me do but easier than others, but this one, no. Plus you got that chain going through, so it kind of makes it even more difficult. Yeah, that one's way off, but this one's okay. This one's decent. And like, see here, you can't even see the gold there too much, but when I tilt it, then you can. Also, I was going to mention when I was talking about this that I got off of Amazon, the things like unbent the way they weren't supposed to. I've tried to bend them back. Anyway, I read somewhere that somebody else was saying that they had some Amazon ones that did the same thing, and that the Maniology's pineapples prongs are actually stronger than these. So those of you that have the pineapple, would you agree with that? Because I had went ahead and added it because I do like the way it does. Just these are not, these are very like loose and not strong. All right, friends. There we go with our Mardi Gras nails. So we got our purple, green, gold. I wanted to keep this white to where it would pop the most to read it. So it's got the little, what I'm calling the little headpiece with the little eyes. That's just what it reminded me of with Mardi Gras and the little design underneath. And they all got the little speckles behind them in green. Except for this one, when I redid it, I didn't add it because I didn't want it to distract from the main image because there's already a lot going on. So we got our green jewels layered with the gold. We have our Mardi Gras mask with purple, goldy yellow, and our green. Our gold Mardi Gras beads, which you could do multiple colors with those or as well, but I wanted to do it in the gold. And then our Mardi Gras feathers, same color tones, yellow, purple, and green. I mostly like the mask. That's my favorite. I like the beads too on this one here. Not perfect, but still still fun. So thank you so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will list all of the Maniology products I used in the description box. Happy Mardi Gras, everyone, and until the next one, have a blessed day. Bye.